Oh my God, can y'all hear me? I didn't expect anyone to come. It's so late. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so this is my first live stream, so I'm very nervous. I made myself some cookies and I took a Xanax. So I'm just kidding, I didn't take a Xanax, but I appreciate y'all who are here to experience whatever the hell this is going to be. So I guess I'm supposed to say like the video. That's a thing, right? Like the video. Enjoy the chat. Apparently, I can get super chats now. So if you want to do a super chat, you can. But obviously, a like is a lot for me. Okay. So today I want to talk about Toronto, or Toronto, as they would call it. I want to talk about Drake fans being scared to have a good time and Drake being homeless as hell because Kendrick went to Toronto and he basically made it his city. And they're calling themselves Canadians now, y'all. And it's funny because DJ Academics, Top Five, Friday, they all try to push this narrative that it was Kendrick against Toronto, that Not Like Us was America versus Canada, which is so sad and parasocial because if you're listening to Not Like Us and you think that song is about you are way too attached to Drake. Like when he said say Drake, he did not say Canada. He said say Drake. So this weird narrative that this is an international event was just dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. He did get traded. There's this clip of Maul that was going around on Twitter where he was talking about how Kendrick can't fill a stadium. And if he comes to Canada, it would be they would be booing him there, which is the dumbest shit I ever heard. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss or not, but I just did. Let's look at that clip.
I don't know if Kendrick is booking the show at the Scotiabank Arena.
Can y'all hear it?
And people not showing up to just boo him. Like, I don't think Drake gets booed in LA at the crypto at his show. I can 100% see Kendrick getting booed all night at a Scotiabank Arena show.
It's no secret that Toronto.
I don't know if Kendrick is booking the show at the Scotiabank Arena and people not showing up.
He's slow as hell. He is so slow. And to be honest, I was actually, first of all, can I just say that during that little debate that Maul and DJ Head had, and DJ Head was like, he told Maul that he was delusional, and Rory sat there and acted like he didn't know what DJ Head was talking about. This is why was he lying? Because Rory was sitting right here during this conversation and many conversations where Maul clearly was acting slow as hell and delusional as hell. And he just let it ride. So I don't know what the hell that was about. But in any case, it did surprise me a little bit that Toronto was so enthusiastic and so hype. Because like every city was hype. Mostly every city was sold out. But Toronto was like, I mean, they gave him a 3-minute standing ovation. They were chanting. It seemed like they were way more enthusiastic than other cities, and other cities were enthusiastic to begin with. So it just felt like a lot, which was surprising to me. I expected it to be hype. I just didn't expect it to be that hype. But then, of course, the OVOs tried to like damper it and have a little protest. They had, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 people come out and try to protest for their boy, which is stupid because they're anti-protest music, right? But they will protest for Drake. Here's a clip of some children. I was going to say that they were unemployed, but I think they're literally kids on summer vacation who decided that they want to have a little protest for Drake.
Of a group of pro-Drake protesters who are trying to make sure that everyone who attends this concert knows exactly whose city this is.
I'm here to support Drake. I got a speaker with just
the little speaker is cracking me up. Like, it's so little. He's closing it close to his little thigh. It's like he's ashamed. Like, why the little noise is coming out of it. This is just the most unenthusiastic protest I've ever seen. Like, I'm from the DC area. I've been to many protests. We loud as hell. We was chanting all right, loud as hell. I ain't ever seen a protest with a little speaker like that.
playing Drake's best hits. We got a group chat and everyone in the group chat's pulling up and showing love.
When are they pulling up and showing love? We only see a small group of people here so far.
Around 7, I think.
He's shady as hell. The interviewer asked him, where are they? I only see a few people here. Then there were like other people who came out talking about how Drake is still the GOAT. And it was equally as pathetic as that.
Of Kendrick, all right? The only reason that this concert is going on is because of SZA. This guy had to lower the prices by like $300 to just have people still be here.
I mean, I got my tickets for $20, so it's basically free. So I was like, might as well come.
I don't know why Kendrick is here. That guy should go back to where he came from. Both of them can go on.
Yeah. Both of them can go on. The Toronto accent is absurd. It is disgusting. It's so hard to take any of them. I dare somebody to threaten me with that accent. I dare them. And with that hand language. Look at his hands. Is he okay?
Drake here. This is 6. This is not Los Angeles. None of that. We're not in America.
This is not how you throw hands, sir. That is not how you throw hands. And look at that sign. Again, I've been to many protests in my day. That sign took him 30 seconds. No creativity or effort whatsoever, just like Drake.
In Canada, Toronto, you know what I'm saying?
Man made a song not like us. Come on, man. Say not like us, Toronto, man. Come on, bro.
What are your thoughts about going to this concert right now from the city?
Yo, y'all are not from Toronto. I'm telling you right now. You guys are not from Toronto, man. Come on.
So that's the other narrative they tried to push where, 40, 50, however many thousand people in the stadium were not from Toronto. So you're telling me 40,000 people traveled from outside of the country to go see Kendrick Lamar when he has, 30 other shows inside the country? Why would they choose to go to Toronto? Number one. Number two, let's pretend in a fantasy world that is true, that all of these people traveled from all over the world to come to Toronto to see Kendrick. Isn't that really impressive? Isn't that really impressive that Kendrick made all of those people come to see him? And wouldn't that be amazing for the Canadian economy? You should thank him, because that means Kendrick is bringing in millions of dollars to not only the stadium and to New Hope King, but hotels, restaurants, airlines, buses. It's so funny when OVO fans, they try to create narratives, but they almost always make Kendrick look good, and they almost always don't make any damn sense. It's very It's remarkable.
All I'm gonna say is, Drake the goal, man! Drake is the goal, man. You see this? His name is Drake for a reason, because he's great. You know what I'm saying?
Child. Then there was another video where they're interviewing people who were like outside of the venue getting ready to go in. And they were all like, some of them seemed legitimately ashamed to even be there, or like they were Kendrick fans, but they just didn't want to admit that they were Kendrick fans. It was very scary.
I mean, no one knows I'm here. That's also another thing. So I didn't broadcast it. I'm just here for a good concert.
Like, what does she mean? No one knows I'm here. That's what you say when you're like cheating on your partner, and you go to a restaurant and you see somebody that you know that your boyfriend knows, and you don't want them to know. So you're like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, no one knows that I'm here. Like, why are you acting like you have to travel incognito just to see a concert?
Drake fan, but came to see how it is. It's a little awkward to be here, but it's summertime. Wanted to be outside.
But I'm really just here for SZA. Love her.
But I'm not here to support Kendrick. I got dragged here.
He's like, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. It's so dramatic. It's so weirdly dramatic and emotional. They really love that man. Right. Like, no one knows I'm here, but you're on the internet, babe. You're on Twitter. So, of course, the concert happens, and Kendrick did not like us, of course, like he's supposed to, like he should do. And it was as amazing as it always is. The crowd was very hype, very enthusiastic. They were chanting to him. They were crip walking, child. I didn't even know Canadians knew how to crip walk. I had no idea they did that over there. Maybe this is the tourist that other guy was talking about. That's the Canadians, the crip walking. Hey, Kwani. I said your name right this time, right? Look at this dude. Look at Jagmeet. You see Jagmeet at the end? Let me stop. So yeah, they were really enjoying themselves. They did like a they started chanting for him. That is so many people. I'm going to this is crazy.
I see we got a lot of day ones in the building tonight. Okay.
They're so excited. Y'all, I am going to be at the concert tomorrow, and I'm going to be like up here. See where like these light fixtures are? That's where I'm going to be. It gives me so much anxiety just looking at it, because I do not like large crowds, but I feel like if I'm going to, if I have to leave the house and join a large crowd, it would be for Kendrick, so whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna be up here by this light fixture. Yes, smash the like button. Smash that like button. I'll try to stream it, but like I said, the seats aren't great. I don't know what the Wi-Fi is gonna be like, but I'll try. I'll let y'all know if I can. Okay, and of course, there was a standing ovation, the famous 3-minute standing ovation where Kendrick just sat there. I'm sure SZA was like, what the hell? What's taking so long? He just sat there and aura farmed for 3 full minutes. Three full minutes. He'd want to be Michael Jackson so bad. He want to be Michael so bad. So anyway, it was a time. Everyone was having fun. It was way hyper than I expected. I just didn't expect, like I said, I expected it to be hype. I just didn't expect it to be that hype. I expected LA to be that hype, but I didn't expect Toronto to be that hype. Afterwards, they were out freestyling the best they could, you know. Let's see if I can find that. They were at New Ho King, disturbing the peace. New Ho King was offering free drinks, which is an amazing marketing strategy. My favorite part of this video is this old white couple over here on the right. They just want to eat their fried rice and the dip sauce in peace. And these crazy ass kids come in from the concert. Look, he's like, what the hell? Yeah, so they was disturbing the peace at the New Hope King. And it's just that Tams would never. Tams would never. Can you imagine if a bunch of Drake fans came into Tams and just started singing, what is that song called that they claim was the best song in the beef? What was it? Family Matters. Can you imagine if they came into Tams and started doing Family Matters? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That would never happen. I love a good hyperbole. I'm reading the chat. Hey, Frank. Hey, Unapologetic. Hey, Demi. Kwani. Midnight Sky. Owls. Karak. Kimberly Renee. Thank y'all for coming. I was very nervous, but it's getting better now. J Money 15. $17 people are in here. I really expected it to be like 2 or 3, especially with it being so late. Anyway, so the level of excitement people had after this concert. It gave me this vibe of like that they were like under this oppression, like they were under this dark spell. And then Kendrick came. This is my crazy mind. Kendrick came and released them from the spell because why are they so goddamn happy for a Toronto native to be stomped that bad? Like they are so like the disrespect of like that, and especially Euphoria and Not Like Us, for him to do those 3 diss tracks, for him to do Poetic Justice, which is clear. I mean, listen, I love that song, Poetic Justice. I don't need to hear it in concert, you know? He clearly chose that as like a slight to Drake. Same thing with SZA. SZA doing Rich Baby Daddy is crazy. The only good part about that song is SZA's part. So it's like, it's a trash song to begin with. And they don't have no loyalty whatsoever. Like they are joyful that this man has been stomped out. And it reminded me so much of like a fantasy. Like it reminded me of like Wicked, The Wizard of Oz, any of the Wizard of Oz movies where the witch is dead and they come and everybody's happy that it's over. Let me find a clip of that. Please hold. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. How long was I talking? I was talking about how basically this scene in Wicked reminded me of Toronto. How everyone was so glad and so happy that he was gone, that the witch was dead, that they were running into the town square. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. So basically, this is Toronto celebrating that the witch is dead. The enemy of all of us here in Oz is like, what was he doing to those people that they are so happy that Kendrick stomped Drake out like that? Like, he is your brethren, right? Like, he is from there. He was born and raised in Toronto. And y'all are just happy that Kendrick is there to continue to stomp all over him. And then here comes SZA. SZA's coming from the sky now, right? Being fake as hell, acting like, you know, she didn't have a hit song with Drake a couple years ago. And they're happy to see SZA. Look at SZA. She floating on in, happy as a clam. She has to sit there and pretend like she don't even know Drake like that. But aren't we glad that he's dead? It's so weird how much they do not care for him. I mean, it's not weird. Obviously, I don't care for him. I understand, but it's just I did not expect I did not expect such joy and cheer and a standing ovation and like the chants. I didn't expect, you know, the whole restaurant to have a huge economic boost in one night, 2 nights. I didn't expect all of that. I didn't expect Oz to be free from the Wicked Witch of Toronto. I just didn't expect any of that. It's just like this. So that's what I was saying when I was mute for 5 minutes. SZA is definitely Glenda. Like, she's always like, you know, I love your energy. Drake's energy just isn't energying right now. And, you know, Kendrick not being there is also perfect, you know, from the movie. Kendrick is somewhere else right now doing his thing. But SZA had to come to the town of Toronto and like help him out. It's so stupid. But anyway, I'm happy for Toronto. I'm happy that they're free from the wicked bitch of the East, the wicked bitch of Toronto. Did you see Justin Hunt's video where he read an interview that a waitress and a bartender in Toronto were both like, fuck Drake? We hope Kendrick sings Not Like Us 10 times. Drake's word was fake. I did not see that, but I have to find it. That's hilarious. And can you imagine, like, the way they were going? I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine LA doing this. Like, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine Tams being down with this. I can't imagine. I just, it's just devastating to watch. It really is. And then, of course, I know y'all heard about Jagmeet. Oh, Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet Singh. He went to the concert, which a lot of people went to the concert. A lot of people went to the concert, and that's totally normal and okay. But for some reason, Drake had a problem with Jagmeet going there. Now, Jagmeet is someone that I'm kind of familiar with. So I'll give you like a brief history of Jagmeet. Back in like 2019, I remember that he became more, people in America started being more aware of him because Bernie Sanders had just lost the primaries for the presidential election. And so, you know, the progressives were looking for someone who was also progressive and had, you know, some socialist leanings that we thought, could kind of carry the Bernie Sanders torch. And Jagmeet, even though he was in Canada, a lot of us were excited about him because he seemed to have the same kind of ideals that Bernie had. And eventually he lost the primary election, the prime minister election back in 2019, but eventually he ended up going into parliament, and he became the first non-white party leader of any major party in Canada. For him, it was the New Democratic Party. And he became this kind of politician where it started out like back in 2019, he was like young-ish, he was like 40 back then, which was young for a politician. He's handsome. He's outspoken. He dealt with a lot of racism during his campaign and probably after. And he wasn't afraid to call your ass racist. So he had a lot of like young, progressive support. And in 2019, he ended up getting endorsed by OVO 40, who was, of course, Drake's producer and allegedly the inventor of the OVO sound. The Toronto sound, which to me just sounds like 80s music. I don't know. Let me find a clip. There's a clip of Jagmeet and OVO 40. Right when he endorsed him, they're about to go on stage. Let me see. Oh, did Nardwuar interview him? I didn't even know. I don't really like Nardwuar's interviews, though. He's annoying. He's annoying to me. Okay, here it is. Okay. This is back in 2019. I can't believe Pusha T said that. That is one of the meanest things I've ever heard anybody say in a song. He said that man is sick, sick, sick. Mm-mm-mm. And he's still alive, so good for him. His time hasn't run out just yet. But anyway, OVO 40 endorsed him in 2019. So I guess they had some kind of relationship over the years. But weirdly enough, I guess it was back in 2019, Drake messaged him a 20. Here, let me pull it up. Okay. So Drake calls former NDP leader Jagmeet Singh a goof for going to Kendrick Lamar's show in Toronto. So April 2018. I don't use Instagram, so I don't even know what this means. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody mentioned somebody in a story. I don't know. But in October 2019, which is a couple weeks before OVO 40 endorsed him, he messages Drake and is like, he's honored. Thanks for the follow, brother. So a couple weeks before the endorsement, Drake follows him. So they've been in communication for a bit here. And then years later, bitch, 5 years, the pandemic has started and ended, bitch. The pandemic has started and ended, bitch. It is a whole new era. And he messages him at 12:47 a.m. after he sees that he's been at the concert, calling him a goof. You're a goof. You're a goof, Crody. First of all, no, ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm a goof, because that's just not even insulting, especially with that damn accent or whichever accent he's gonna use. You calling him a goof? And there has been talk about like a goof or a goofy in Canada is slang for a PDF. And it is. And I think that's what Kendrick meant when he said there's a lot of goofies with a check. That's a whole nother story. I don't think he meant that in this. I think he just meant goof like the way we would say goof. I think he just means you're an idiot. You're a goof. And this is so sad and pathetic. Why does Drake do this? Drake messages people when they don't like him or when they do something he doesn't like. He messaged Fantano because Fantano gave him a bad review. He is so sensitive. And it's so interesting to me because Drake is one of the most successful people on the planet, one of the most successful rappers on the planet. He is so popular and so beloved. And trivialities like this, like whether Jagmeet Singh, who's not even in office anymore, by the way, he stepped down like a month ago, 2 months ago. He's not even in office, by the way. He is mad that he went to a concert. He's mad that he got a bad review. He's mad that somebody followed somebody else. Like, this is weird. And this is another reason why I think he's a plant, because I just feel like all the people I know in real life, obviously I don't know anybody as successful as Drake, but just in my own world, my own life, people who I know who are successful, who have money or good jobs, those people are not sensitive people. Because when you reach a certain level in life, when you are competitive and ambitious and you have access to a lot of power or money, your feelings don't get hurt that much, and you don't engage with this kind of stuff because it's just beneath you. It's just not on your level anymore. And it's like, how, if you are Drake, if you are the champagne poppy, you are the boy, how? Yes, Demi, Drake posted this himself. He sent this message calling him a goof. You're a goof, Brody. He called him a goof. And then he took a screenshot and posted it on his Instagram because he wanted everyone to know that he knows that Jagmeet Singh was at the damn concert. And Jagmeet is a goof, to be fair. Look at him. He looked like he didn't got caught. Like, nigga, you have a long white beard and a turban. Of course you're going to get caught. Plus, you're a public figure. People know who you is. If you didn't want to be there, you shouldn't have been there. He's just like those other fans that were standing outside talking about, no one knows I'm here. That's what he's like. The hell? Okay, so then this goof apologizes. I'm sure OVO harassed him for days or however long it took. I think it took like a day. I think we found out about this exchange like the night of the concert, and like the next day, the next afternoon, he apologized like a bitch. It says, I went for SZA, not Kendrick. I was born in this city. I love this city. But real talk, I get it. I shouldn't have gone at all. OVO and Drake have lifted up this city and Canada. For me, it'll always be Drake over Kendrick. Bitch, what? You are a grown-ass man who at one point wanted to run Canada, a major country of the world, bitch. And you're apologizing for going to a concert? You're a fan of SZA. Right. Nickelodeon, he could have said he brought his wife. Actually, he didn't need to say anything. Even that's silly. But how the hell do you think you're going to run the country and you can't even go to a concert without feeling like you have to apologize for it? You're a fan of SZA, but you can't enjoy her concert because Drake don't like it. And on top of that, Drake publicly humiliated you. He publicly told the world that he thinks you're a goof. You're a goof, he said. And instead of being like, fuck you, like I would, like any normal person would, he wants to grovel and apologize. This is such a weird exchange to me. It's so strange. It's so weird. It's so odd. It reminds me of do y'all remember when Keke Palmer and her boyfriend got into it because Keke went to an Usher concert and she was wearing like, you know, a sexy outfit. She looked amazing and she wanted to show it off. And she went to an Usher concert and she was kind of flirty with Usher, to be honest. And her boyfriend went on his Instagram and was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but he was like, you're a mom. This isn't right. And so it started this whole discourse online about like whether she should have gone to the concert when she has a baby and a man at home, whether she should have worn the outfit, whether she was too flirtatious with Usher. This is what it feels like. It feels like that same situation, except they're not dating and except Keke did not apologize. Listen, y'all, if your man or your Drake or whoever tells you can't go to a damn concert, you need to break up. Jagmeet is a breakup with Drake because this isn't right. This is controlling and stupid. And on top of that, him saying he went for SZA and not Kendrick and it's Drake over Kendrick is dumb because they found pictures of him enjoying himself to Drake's songs. Like if it's so serious to you that you don't even think you should have gone, then why the hell were you enjoying yourself the way you were? I mean, why lie about it? It's just immature. And it's disturbing because what kind of hold does Drake have on these people? Let me find this clip of him, y'all. Somebody was like, if anybody has a video of Jagmeet at the concert, please post them. And you know how the internet is. The internet will internet. The internet will find your ass. Let's him, like I said earlier, we know what you look like, sir. He looks kind of like Ebro, but like, you know, the Indian version. Look at him. That's him to that big red arrow. He's right there. Look, bobbing his turban, bobbing his head. And I get it. Like, even if you're not really a fan of Kendrick, these are songs that you would get up and dance to. I can accept that. But for him to act like he, you know, wasn't there for any other reason but SZA at all, and it's just so dumb and pathetic. There's no reason to lie. He loves that peace sign. He did that peace sign in that message he sent in that Instagram post. So there he is, being a traitor and a damn liar. Singh's political career was not very successful. From what I read, he probably only got in due to the pandemic, quarantine, his IG lives, and a passionate endorsement by 40. Yeah, I followed him. I didn't follow him that closely, obviously, as an American. But I do remember people being disappointed by his career. Like he wasn't as progressive as people expected him to be. The conservatives thought he was too progressive. You know how it is. He kind of got it from both ends. And eventually, of course, he lost his election and he's not even in office anymore. And I remember he had this TikTok that went viral where he was like rapping in it or something. So he got like cool points because he knows hip hop music or whatever, but it wasn't even a good, it was just like a dumb political rap thing. Like, I'm gonna give you guys free healthcare or whatever. Drake does suspect shit to divert attention. I wouldn't be surprised if Drake and Jagmeet concocted this beef to divert attention from Kendrick and how Toronto showed so much love. Yeah, that's part of it too. I mean, even if Jagmeet wasn't in on it, I feel like Drake, the fact that he posted it publicly, it definitely seems like he just wanted to do something to distract people from all the goodwill that Kendrick was getting. The standing ovation was a huge talking point. And so, yeah, this definitely changed the conversation, unfortunately. But he's still got one more show tomorrow. Something special might happen. I don't know. I feel like this whole tour, we've been kind of expecting something to happen. I mean, and stuff has happened. I mean, we've gotten lots of guests and there's been some changes to the set list. So it's been a great tour. I've been watching it a lot through TikTok, like through Chilling with Moni's streams. And the streams aren't always good, which is fine because when you watch something bootleg, you don't expect it to be perfect. So I'm excited to see it in person for once and really experience it for real. And I won't apologize for it either. That was practically in Hershey, Pennsylvania, then, right? He was in Hershey last night. I don't know. I didn't watch any clips from it. I don't know if anything crazy happened or anything. I don't think so. Do y'all think that since it's going to be the last show tomorrow, that we're going to get some type of surprise? I know people have been talking about the Red GNX. I really don't think the Red GNX is anything. I think it started out with people thinking it'll be a thing because it wasn't there those first couple shows. But I really just think that it's such a big ass prop that it just took a while to get it going. And then it was like a couple days after that the lights came on. So people were like, oh my God, the lights are on now. It's a transformer, bitch. It's a transformer. It's going to get up and walk around. I don't think so. I think it just had some technical difficulties and they couldn't get the lights on at first. I think it's the most boring, mundane explanation. But you're right, Kimberly, Renee, who knows with Kendrick? You never know. You never know. You don't know if you're just going to get something that's regular amazing or if he's going to do something crazy amazing. Either way, it's going to be good, but I don't think like he's going to hop into the GNX at the end and like go to Mars. I don't think it's going to like crash into the embassy or anything crazy like that. I think it's just a big ass red GNX and that's blowed up. Like I think that's all it is. But who knows? There's other theories. Like I'm sure y'all have heard of that theory that Thought Crimes kind of created last year, I think it was, about XXXTentacion and the connection to Peekaboo and how that song could be referencing Drake's involvement with XXXTentacion's death. I don't know if I believe that one, but X passed away in I don't remember what year it was. It was a few years ago, but it was on June 19th, which is Thursday. No, he passed away on the 18th. Yeah, he passed away on the 18th of June, like I forget which year it was. So maybe he's the last show is on that same anniversary of his death for a reason. I don't know. Maybe we're going to get a crazy guest because June 19th is Juneteenth. And of course, the pop out was on Juneteenth last year. And of course, Juneteenth is all about the liberation of the Black slaves in Texas. So I don't know. I really think we're just going to get a good ass show that's going to be the same thing that we have seen. I wish I could have been better at avoiding spoilers, but since I couldn't go to any other show but this final one, that's just impossible. What happened to Bodies? Nickelodeon, I'd be happy if he dropped the full Bodies track. Me too. But again, what if we already saw the Bodies track? What if we already heard it? What if that extra little verse he added at the Super Bowl, what if that's it? What if that's all we're gonna get? But what's weird is that he used to perform Bodies, like the first snippet that we got plus the additional part he added at the Super Bowl. We used to get that, but then he started taking it out. Like he would just do that intro and then stop. Yeah, Stormcloud, I think that's too distasteful for Kendrick because X is beloved. Yeah, I agree. I don't really think there's anything there, but it's an interesting theory. But that's all I have for today for my first live stream. Anything else going on that y'all want to talk about? There's been a lot of new music that came out recently. Nicki did her little remix of that Wayne song. I don't remember what the name of the damn song is. Nicki always sounds the same to me. She should have redid Peanuts to an Elephant because Peanuts to an Elephant is a banger and y'all are tripping who don't think so. So I was hoping she would do a remix to that, but she didn't, and that's okay. Drake had that dumbass song with Smiley. Why isn't he promoting that? I don't know. But that's it. That's all. Thank you so much to, I think we got up to like 24 people who joined, which I did not expect. I really thought there'll be like 2 or 3 people in here. So thank you so much for listening to me rattle off. I really do appreciate it. Happy birthday to Kendrick Lamar, my baby daddy. And if I can, I will stream the show tomorrow. But again, I'm so far away. I don't know what's going to be happening. But if I do end up streaming, I'll make a community post and I will let you know. So turn on your notifications, subscribe, and hopefully I can stream it for you because I know how the TikToks have been really stingy lately. All right, bye. Thanks. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for staying up so late with me.